All right, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a brilliantly simple and honestly kind of counterintuitive social technique. It's a method that can take your everyday chats from, forgettable small talk into real, actual connections.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in one of those conversations where it just feels like you're going in circles? You ask the same old questions, you get the same one-word answers, and then poof, it just dies. You're trapped in that polite but totally empty small talk loop.
The source material for this whole idea describes this feeling perfectly. It says you can end up feeling like a polite background NPC, a non-player character in a video game. You're just there, spouting the same pre-programmed lines, not really connecting in any meaningful way. It's a really frustrating spot to be in, right? And that feeling almost always starts with the most common conversation starter on the planet. This is what brings us to the real heart of the issue, what I'm calling the how are you trap. It's the one question we're all taught to ask, but it's often the very thing that kills a real conversation before it even has a chance to breathe.
Okay, so look at this. This really shows the two roads a conversation can go down. On one side, you've got the old way. It's so predictable, right? How are you? Get to a good you, and that's it. Conversation over. Dead end. But a different approach, well, that opens the door to a real connection, where you might actually learn something real about the person you're talking to. So if how are you is the trap, then how do we get out? Well, the key is just to ask a better question. Something that's a little more direct, a little more human, something that cuts right through all that fluff and gets to what's actually going on. And here it is. The technique is called the injury update. The whole idea is to just skip the usual small talk by asking people directly about what's been frustrating them lately. Now I know that might sound a little forward, maybe even a bit weird, but it's an incredibly powerful way to show someone you're interested in their actual life, not just the polite, clean summary. Okay, so how do you actually do this without coming off as, well, strange? The beauty of the injury update is just how simple it is. This isn't some complicated script you have to memorize or anything. It's really just a change in your mindset. So let's break down how it works. The whole process is incredibly simple. Step 1, just stop asking, how are you? Seriously, for a little while, just take that question out of your toolbox. Step 2, swap it with something else. Something like, anything bothering you lately, or what's been on your mind? And then step 3, and this is the most crucial part, listen. Like, really listen with genuine care. Don't just wait for your chance to talk, actually hear them out. So why on earth does this work so well? Well, it haps into a very simple human truth. We all need to vent sometimes. I mean, think about it. Whether it's a sore neck, a crazy project at work, or a problem with a neighbor, this question gives people permission to share what's really on their mind, instead of the I'm fine that we all feel like we have to say. And when you give someone that permission, when you create that little safe space for them to just be honest, something pretty incredible happens. You don't just have a better conversation. You unlock this immediate, deep sense of trust. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It says this technique creates a group chat level of trust instantly. And that just nails it, doesn't it? Think about the conversations you have in a trusted group chat. They're open, they're honest, they're supportive. The injury update basically lets you fast forward through months of surface level chatter and get right to that level of connection. And this is the ultimate transformation. When you show that you actually care about someone's real life struggles, you're not just an acquaintance anymore. You become an ally. You've shown empathy, and you've built a bond that goes way deeper than just saying hello. You've shown that you're on their team. So as we start to wrap this up, I really want you to think of this less as a trick and more as a genuine tool. It's a new and frankly more effective way to start a conversation and to build stronger relationships in every single part of your life. So let's just recap the whole thing. It's super simple. First, ditch the automatic how are you? Then ask about their frustrations instead. This is what creates that genuine connection, which is what builds that instant group chat level of trust. It's a really simple formula, but the outcome is so powerful. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Every single person around you has a story, a struggle, a frustration bubbling just under the surface. And by changing one simple question, you get the key to unlock those stories. The only question left is, whose story will you unlock first?